Word Machine with your host, Jimmy Howell.
Misunderstood. Miss, I never think whether I should. Bad for my manhood. Swaying like a riptide on the loose. You feel you've got your heart caught in a noose. Hoping that you've gone down and fly some kind of flag of truce. She's ever so flawless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. She's ever so reckless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. Miss Smith. Miss, I've got it all. Miss, I'm never gonna take the fall. Always gonna war. Always got you chasing your own tail. And yes, you love a bird, it's all no avail. Don't ever tell her that, but you've met your whale. She's ever so flawless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. She's ever so reckless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. Miss Smith. Miss, I told you so. Miss, there's quite a lot that you don't know. She's running the game show, hanging like a raindrop on a thorn. You feel like you are riding a unicorn, hoping that your plans are all stillborn. She's ever so flawless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. She's ever so reckless in her little black dress, Miss Smith. Miss Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome singer-songwriter Elle to the program. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great. What's going on?
Not much, just chilling out here in North Myrtle Beach. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm in New York City, Manhattan.
Oh, nice. You grew up there?
No, actually, I grew up in the Alps near Switzerland, near Geneva, and moved here for the music business to be in the thick of it.
Wow. How long you been there?
Oh, I've been here for about 20 years, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, enjoying it.
What part of New York are you in?
I'm in the Upper West Side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the city?
Yeah, I used to work in the city.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, I worked there for like 21 years, actually. I worked down by Houston Street. You know where that is?
Yeah, of course.
Well, how long you've been performing music? When did you start? Like, what age was it when you started playing guitar?
Oh, yeah. So I started as a teenager. I was, a friend of mine played guitar, cousin played guitar, and they got me into it, showed me a few chords, and then I played with a blues band for a while, and then went to the Conservatory of Music in Geneva, studied classical guitar, studied singing, composition, and then I got this. I came to see a friend here in New York, and he said, "Hey, there's this audition. Maybe you should go." So I went, and I got a gig with this rock band, and ended up staying in New York.
Very cool. How long?
Yeah.
And you said you've been there for 20 years, huh?
Yeah, a little bit over that. Yeah.
I believe every artist or band is influenced by someone. Who are some of yours?
Oh, influences as in musical influences?
Yes, sir.
Ha ha. Great question. Actually, quite a few, because I've always had like an interest in, initially in guitars, right? So I was into guitar playing, so I started listening to Eric Clapton and everything that he did, from his early blues days to the more pop stuff that he did eventually. More acoustic stuff, Ocean Boulevard is a great album, and of course Derek and the Dominoes. And then got into more guitar players, checking out Van Halen, of course, and then classical guitar players, Segovia, and jazz, because there were so many great players. And that led me to really appreciate a good piece of music, as in, that type of song that just gets you going. You put on a song and it's like, wow, wakes you up, drives you in terms of energy, It's either make the time go faster when you're on the treadmill or make the time go slower when you're enjoying, like, a walk in the woods or something. So then I really got into that, and that led me to appreciate the singing. That some folks out there are just brilliant singers. And that was from Elvis to, Billy Joel and you name it. I mean, it's just no end to the list of great singers out there. And then some of them can do brilliantly everything, right? You take Paul McCartney as a great musician, a great player, and then a great singer and a great writer, and Freddie Mercury and tons of others, who are, bringing everything together. And that's the challenge. And that's also great songs to me, make a big difference in how my day goes. So I got really into studying that and learning from these guys and ladies out there who bring it all together. And then tried my best to do that, to pass on that great energy in songs and playing the right parts where it's needed and singing as best as I can to convey the message. So that's the influence, line, if you will.
Can you describe your music?
Well, right now, in terms of style, the last album, Ride the Wave, is very much a rock alternative acoustic album. It's all guitar driven. And there's a balance between, high energy songs with acoustic guitars as well as electric guitars, and also some really, really cool, ballads and softer songs in it that are, based on finger picking and some classical guitar sounds, and also a broader range of musical influences. I have one that's like on the waltz type of rhythm, one that is Latin influenced. It's called Tequila Kiss, and it's a song I wrote about Nina Dobrev, who is actually the lead actress in the Vampire Diaries. I was binge watching, and I was like, wow, this is a great actress. She does some amazing things, and just sort of, I started following her on Instagram. And so the album itself is a mix. It's more like the albums that you might be more familiar with from, the 70s, where people, would explore different style and different songs like Queen would, or Billy Joel. And he certainly maintained that as a writer throughout his career. But more so in terms of the diverse sound and type of songs than, more recent or other eras where you'd get an album and pretty much the style was consistent from the first song to the last. So yeah, this has got more interesting things but all great songs and obviously I would say that, but certainly a lot of fun. And the credit goes, to the producer Caleb KBC Sherman, who did an amazing job with each and every one of the songs on the album.
That's awesome.
Just, he brings a lot to the mix in terms of the sounds and the beats, and it's just really a lot of fun. I'm enjoying listening to it like crazy. I mean, it's just so much fun to listen to. So I hope people share that and have a good time as well.
This podcast is going to feature 2 tracks from the new album, Ride the Wave. The one you just mentioned, Tequila Kiss and Miss Mess. What's the story behind those songs?
Right. So I thanks, first of all. I really appreciate that opportunity to have the music played and listened to. So as I mentioned, Tequila Kiss, when you watch or follow somebody like Nina Dobrev, and certainly her especially, she does these, what I would say, crazy things that I would not do, right? She goes swimming with sharks. Mm-hmm. She jumps off airplanes. She's got like this high level of energy, besides being, what I believe to be a really talented actress. In some of these scenes, she does an amazing job, and to my, taste. But that aside, it's just that it's interesting how with Instagram and other platforms, you get to have that sort of quick experience from folks who do things very differently than you would in my case. And that inspired, this situation where I'm a fan, I'm a follower, but like from far away and never ever obviously meeting the person. And that's okay, because that person is also doing things, over there. And it's like, okay, great. You do that. And I'll be watching, Mm-hmm. I don't have to be involved other than that. And with Miss Mess, it was actually, spending time on TikTok and being served all these videos because the algorithm, figured out, okay, I love to watch puppies, right? I love dogs. And but I also love to watch really interesting things. And there was like a whole slew of ladies that were doing like flying helicopters, again, doing like the gymnasts. Mm-hmm. I mean, some incredible gymnasts doing stuff that you go like, whoa. It's so, really physically involved and running and like jumping and doing all these things. And to me, because I'm more like of an introvert recluse with my guitar and my, studio and writing my songs, I don't do this stuff, I mean, I love nature and being able to watch people doing these things out there, while you're, living here in the city. It's great. So it's and the other thing about that is like, it's quick and you can, go through like a ton of things. So Miss Mess was a result of watching that and having that, kind of like, representation and people experiencing things out there, and me just like, living vicariously, if you will, through the, social networks. And that's how it came about.
Very cool. How do you approach songwriting? What is your creative process like?
Well, one of the things that I try to do as much as possible is to write a lot on a fairly consistent schedule, especially try to pack writing so that I do explore areas that I would not necessarily explore if I were to write every now and then. Because what I found for myself, if I just write a song, one day or work on one and then wait a couple of weeks and maybe try another one, that I tend to stay within my comfort zone, right? The stuff that, okay, I like and I know and I feel like, yeah, I know how to write that little, bit and how to put it there. When I push myself to write a lot of songs in a short amount of time, like I did at the beginning of the year, I wrote 30 songs, and out of which, the 12 songs on the album came out of. It forced me to do other things, to look into other style, to challenge myself to be a little bit more or a lot more daring, if you will, and exploring these, genres and ideas that don't necessarily come up first choice, if you will. And that I find is important for me, because that also provides a very different experience for listeners. And you're kind of like, wow, where does that come from? It's I heard the one before, and so Miss Mess is very different in its style than, Tequila Kiss is.
Hmm.
The voice is the same, and it's guitar driven, and again, Caleb, the producer, did a great job in making a great album out of all these various songs. But I've got some cool, softer ballads in there that still belong, when you put them next to the more high energy songs like Ride the Wave or Insane. And that's what I enjoy myself, of course, but also came out of a more, packed writing process. And but it's all, me and my guitar, sitting in my room and just going through ideas after ideas, and until I feel like, well, I think I got something, and then pursuing that until it's complete.
That's pretty cool. This album is getting great reviews. What's it like hearing you're being nominated for Album of the Year by Indie Shark Magazine? How does that feel?
It feels great. There's no doubt about it. It's the first time it ever happened to me. So I have to say it's very flattering and humbling. And I just, wow, that's great. It's even more interesting in the sense that the specifics of what people write about, and getting to like, oh, wow, that's how they heard that. And that's what they saw in that. And it's really nice because you get, to know that people are truly listening, right? It's not just in passing because it got their attention. Like the whole package, if you will, was that interesting to them. And they felt like, hey, drawn into it and heard it and heard the details and had something to say. And of course, raised to the level of that nomination or other really, really kind words is very nice. There's no doubt about it. And I'm so happy that it's happening.
Do you have a website you'd like to promote?
Yeah, well, everything is on my website. Thank you for asking. It's jlsongs.com, JAYELLE songs.com. And from there are links to everywhere else in terms of the social networks and, of course, where the music can be found, which is on every streaming platform and digital stores worldwide. But then there's a lot of material and information about my background and other music that other songs that folks might be interested in checking out.
Is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Oh, great question. Thank you for asking. Well, the first thing is, of course, we would like to find ourselves in front of crowds sooner rather than later. So we hope everybody stays safe, of course, because it's better to be patient and for everyone to be healthy. We wish all the listeners out there to take care of themselves and make sure that we get over this, pandemic in one piece, and absolutely, be very careful and take care of yourself, and we'll see you when we'll see you. That's great. But otherwise, I thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and to your listeners for taking a moment to listening to this conversation, and of course the songs. It's much, much appreciated. It makes my day.
Well, Jay, you're quite welcome. I enjoyed every moment of our conversation. I think your album, Ride the Wave, is pretty awesome, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, my friend. And
thank you.
We should do this again another time.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you very, very much.
Let's keep in touch, all right?
Okay, super.
All right, you take care, buddy.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You're on the east, top of the world, hot cover girl, star of the show. Oh, 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 oh. I live in dreaming while you're blazing trails, swimming with sharks, jumping off cliffs. I'm waiting for the day when we get to meet. I dare to ask you out and you say too sweet. I'm leaning for the kiss and it's just pure bliss. You don't know I exist, one of so many, following you, whatever you do. I live in dreaming while you kiss the beast, the vampires on my TV screen. I'm waiting for the day when we get to meet. I dare to ask you out and you say too sweet. I'm leaning for the kiss and it's just pure bliss. Finally get to taste all the salt there on your lips. From your tequila kiss, tequila kiss. We gon' always laughing so hard, and your smile, your calling card. Your eyes are no book, and with this is my friend. I'm waiting for the treat with a funny look. Where are we gonna play today? With Julie and John, the stuff's going on the way. I live in dreamland while you're blazing the trails, swimming with sharks, jumping off cliffs. I'm waiting for the day when we get to meet. I dare to ask you out and you say too sweet. I'm leaning for the kiss and it's just pure bliss. Finally get to taste